go on to YouTube and just
Hello,
open up to
ladies and
that.
gentlemen. This is JPC here, and I am with the Dominator. And here we are. We are going to be talking about the pay-per-view of yesterday. And if you don't know what that was, then I, I don't know what to say. So,
Basically, you better get the WWE Network for just $9.99 a month.
that's right, $9.99 a month. And I'm pretty sure I said this, but my special guest today is the Dominator. And if you just like to tell everybody hi, then be gladly to do so.
What's up, guys? Um, as you can already tell, I'm here with JPC, and he basically already summed it up.
Yeah.
So here we go.
And here I am playing WWE 2K14. I already have my 2K15 pre-order to get that lovely Sting, 2 generations of Sting DLC. That is
Not
going
only
to be
you,
amazing.
not only are you getting Sting with that pre-order, you are also getting 3 generations of Hulk Hogan on next gen, along with NXT Superstar.
And don't worry, for current gen users, you do get a special mode just for the current gen. It's called NXT. No, I'm
No,
sorry, I
no,
already messed
that's
that up.
only on next gen. No, that's only
No,
on next
no,
gen.
for current, they added in a mode called Who's Got Next?
Oh, they did?
Or Who's
Okay.
Got NXT, but it's Next, because that's what
Yeah,
NXT stands for.
Nexus.
Yeah.
Going old school here.
Yeah.
Not really,
I
but
wonder if
sure.
anybody even remembers that.
Basically, the only people they'll remember from that is Titus O'Neil, Wade Barrett, and Darren Young. Everyone
Yeah,
else
like,
kind of fell
who,
off.
yeah, like,
Oh,
who's these
and
older
Ryback.
people?
Let's not forget Ryback. Or
Oh,
better yet, Goldberg.
Gold. Who were the other people that was even in Nexus? I don't even remember.
There was Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, Husky Harris, Bray Wyatt, actually. Um, who else was there? Wade
I
Barrett
don't
was
know
the
why this song is in here. I don't understand how it's part of WWE, but okay, Pandora.
what is it?
I don't know because I only heard it probably once or twice, but it's like that
Uh,
20% love, 10%, I don't know,
oh,
10% love.
10% love, 20% hate, 15% concentrated power game,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
5%.
So I guess we
Yeah,
should start talking about the pay-per-view because people are probably looking at this video right now like I came for here for pay-per-view stuff, not random talk. So why don't we
well, you know what?
just
They're just gonna have to deal. But anyways, let's get started.
so why don't we just start talking about the first match, or we can talk about the kickoff.
Basically, the kickoff was a major letdown. Kind of already saw it coming. You had the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, against Bo Dallas.
But now
Basic.
let's not forget that Bo Dallas, he was saying that he already won against the world's strongest man 4 times, making him the newest world's strongest man.
Yeah, 18 and Bo or whatever the hell he was, 19, 20, I don't know. Whatever. Best streak in sports entertainment, my ass. Um, but anyways, basically you're sitting there watching the match, someone texts you, you look down at your phone, you look back up, you see Bo
Like
Dallas laying
that's
down.
actually what happened to me. Like I looked down, I don't even remember what it was for, but I looked down for 2 seconds. I looked right back up. Mark Henry already hit the world's strongest slam, 1, 2, 3, and I'm just like, what did I miss?
Yeah, really, that was a major letdown. Kind of already saw it coming again, but really, I'm glad I only pay $9.99 a month for that, and not $54.99, I'm sorry, $54.95 for that.
Hey, don't forget, some pay-per-views are more.
Yeah, you got WrestleMania. That's like 67, almost $70. You want to buy it in HD? That's an extra $15. So that's 85. Come on, guys, just buy the damn thing.
Like, if you're a true wrestling fan, then yeah,
You gotta get the WWE Network.
for only $9.99. And so the next match,
You got Ziggler versus Cesaro.
that was
Uh,
actually a very good match.
yep,
They
2 out of 3
they
falls.
definitely need to, in my opinion, have the lower card people. I'm not saying that Cesaro or Ziggler is lower card, because they are definitely main event players.
Cesaro, not so much. I mean, he is a good wrestler, but he's not main event material.
Like, well, I don't mean like,
He's co main event material. Put it that way. He's not really main event. Ziggler was for the longest time, and then he kind of
I
fell
just
off.
wish that instead of it being the same exact people over and over again getting the time, they really need to start pushing some of the younger talent. Not that they already are pushing them, because they are kind of, but it's not that much.
I'm actually gonna send out a little spoiler alert for the viewers right now. He's talking about younger talent. I don't know if anyone out there watches NXT, but the Ascension, they're on their way up to the
Dude,
WWE.
I ended up watching the WWE Network and NXT came on, the Ascension came out, and I was like, that would actually be a tag team I would like to see.
They are coming up. I forget exactly when, but they are in the process of moving up to SmackDown.
Speaking of SmackDown, I wish that Raw and SmackDown was still its own thing.
That and the one thing I wish they would really bring back is the draft. They really have to bring that back. That was big.
Yeah, but that was because they had Raw and SmackDown. Now Raw and SmackDown, the same thing. Alright, we're not even talking about the match right now, but
But anyways,
great
Ziggler,
match. That was a good
Cesaro,
match.
great match. Ziggler was the winner, was he? Yes.
Yes, he won. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. Ziggler
And he won
got
the
both.
first two. He
Yeah.
won the two. Which is different because usually they have it where one guy wins the first one, the next guy wins the second one, and then it's basically a brawl for the third one. So they're really starting to integrate some new stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, so I guess we move on to the next match. And I do want to point out one thing. If the quality is bad, I am sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong with XSplit, because I am recording it in 720, even though it's
That
not
would
going on
that would
720,
be my
so...
mic. That would be my mic. All apologies for that. Next pay-per-view, I will
No,
have a better mic,
your stuff is
guys.
good, so... Alright, what? What was the next match?
Bella versus Bella. Brie versus Nikki.
I would just like to ask one thing. What's going on in this story?
Um, they're gonna milk the hell out of this. They're just gonna drag this out for the next month, if not the next couple months, all the way up to the
Like, I
next.
get that they want to have family versus family, but this story just makes absolutely no sense.
The only thing it reminds me of is Owen Hart, Bret Hart. That's really what it reminds me of, but basically the female version, which
Yeah.
will be a lot worse. I'm sorry for any of our female viewers, but you guys, when you guys fight, you guys are bad. Just saying.
So, I mean, there's only two things I remember from that match. I'm not going to talk
Uh,
about it, but I will talk about
I'll,
one.
I'll come out and say the other one. You go for the first one. I'll come out and say the other one. People did.
I mean, I don't. I know one thing we're both thinking about, but something that you probably don't is
What?
that what? Oh, you're talking
Keep
to
going.
somebody
Keep
else.
going.
But like, I'm not gonna talk about the one that was during the match. I'll talk about it afterwards. Is when Brie was putting the bags in the car, and Nikki's just like, "So, do you have my smoothie with what was it, like 2 blueberries, 5 strawberries, like all sorts of stuff?" And then she's like, "Good." And then opens it up, dumps it over Bree's head. and is like, that one was for you. Now make me the same exact one and give it back to me. Like that, I just kind of
Yeah.
laughed a little
It's,
bit. But if so,
yeah.
would you like to talk about the part that was in the match?
The part that was in the match, and of course, Jay being a perv that he is, texts me letting
Hey,
me
it was
know
not
because
my fault. When things are in HD, you notice. Which is why you should
I was
subscribe to the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month.
because I was at work, so I wasn't able to watch it when it happened, so I had to go back and rewatch it. Um, Basically, Breeze thong. Yes, you heard it right. The only thing it reminded me of was Lita. Back
I
when
was
Lita
about
was
I was gonna
wrestling.
message you that, be like, it reminds me of Fleeta.
Back when Lita was wrestling all the time, had a thong pulled up basically higher than it should have been, or her pants lower, whatever. And funny part is, I don't get how she did not notice that. I'm sorry, I feel a cold breeze on my ass. I'm gonna notice it. Just saying.
Like, I'm surprised her sister didn't try to tell her something, or at least the ref.
Or
But
at
I don't
least
know.
like,
I caught the ref kind of looking a little bit.
or at least like, Nikki could have, she could have like went for the suplex, and when she went for the suplex, pulled the pants back up. How they go for the suplex and they grab the waistline of the pants.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah,
I don't know.
that's all I really remember from those matches. Well, that
Yeah.
match.
Well,
Besides that,
and the two rack attacks.
I mean, besides that, like, no offense against them, but in my opinion, I don't think that they're really good wrestlers for divas. I mean, don't
No,
get me
no.
wrong, they were here for a very long time and everything, but I just don't think that they're really good.
And let's just follow it up a little bit further with this. We're talking about sibling versus sibling. I know this will never happen because Cena has said he does not want a marriage. But they should do. I think they've already done it. Cena versus Bryan rivalry. Have they done that or
No.
not? Not
Speaking
really.
of Bryan, where is Daniel Bryan? Where is Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar is coming back at the next pay-per-view. He's coming back at Survivor Series and facing John Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Speaking of John Cena, we'll get to him in a minute. But, so that's pretty much the end. So the stipulation of the Bella Twins match was whoever loses ends up being
Has
the assistant of the other twin for 30 days.
assistant. We're not even calling it assistant. This is gonna be a personal butler, basically an ass kisser. Yeah.
And if Brie doesn't do it, then she pretty much has to
She.
quit WWE.
Yes.
Just
All right.
quit already.
Yeah, really. All right. So our next match, we got Cena versus Randy Orton.
For
Um,
the millionth and
inside
one
a hell.
time.
Yeah, inside a Hell in a Cell. Well, they've met 4 times before in the Hell in a Cell. Which I think is a little over exaggerated because I mean 4 times people come on draw the line somewhere.
Like, how many times are we gonna see Cena versus Orton? I mean, they do have good matches, but it's the same thing.
Over and over again. But
Like, it's pretty much a battle on who's the face of WWE, Cena or Orton. That's pretty much what it
but
is. But yeah,
but this was a good match.
yeah, it was.
This really was my favorite part in the match, and I know I'm probably jumping the gun a little bit when Randy Orton reversed that AA into an RKO. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. There was crap. I kind of went brain dead. I don't remember who it
The
was, but
AA
some
off the top of the
uh,
rope.
no, there was. I believe it was Randy Orton. RKO'd. Oh yeah, now I remember. John Cena went to hit his comeback, and out of nowhere, Randy Orton hits that beautiful, I mean beautiful RKO. Just out of nowhere, Cena's hitting his comeback. Cena hits his comeback. He does his little shoulder
Five
thing.
knuckle shuffle.
No, it's his comeback where he does like that shoulder thing. I forgot what the name is of the move, but he runs
Oh,
at him.
where he runs at him. Just call it. It's basically
A
just a
shoulder
shoulder
block.
block.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he does that once, runs up against the ropes, runs right back to Orton to do
does
another,
it
and
again.
then out of nowhere, just Orton hits the RKO. It was beautiful. I wish it was over right then and there. But yeah,
Yeah, but they milked it for another 5 minutes. Had Cena get nailed with another two KOs,
yeah.
and basically, I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this. I cannot, and I repeat, I cannot stand John Cena. Basically, the reason for this, behind all this, is this guy can take an absolute butt whooping, up and down, beaten like a red-headed stepchild. All of a sudden, he'll bounce right back up, hit you with an AA, five-knuckle shuffle, pin you, 1, 2, 3, he's the winner. Makes no sense.
It's because he's pretty much the little, I sell all sorts of merchandise. People love me. Well, people don't really like him. The only people who seem to
Yeah.
like him is girls and other guys that haven't even hit puberty.
Yeah. And
Sorry for
this,
anybody who's watching this video, but I do like the feedback. So if you want to give it a dislike and you want to leave a negative comment, feel free. I like
and
feedback.
I think they're gonna milk this. They're gonna milk this a little bit longer too. After they go to the Survivor Series, Cena will most likely win against Lesnar. And then basically it's gonna be Cena Orton for the championship,
Uh,
or Cena Rollins.
but I mean, it was a good match all in all. Something I really wanted to happen since, you know, they are an older, since those two are older people in the business who were here during like
Yeah,
ruthless aggression era. I was kind of hoping that somebody would get busted open.
one of them was around kind of for the tail end of the Attitude Era. Also, actually, both of them were. They were around right when it was switching over from Attitude
Speaking of
to
bleeding,
Ruthless.
in my game WWE 2K14, I'm getting 15 for pre-order. I just busted open Dean Ambrose.
Who you
Alright.
playing as? Seth
Seth
Rollins?
Rollins
But
versus Dean Ambrose, yeah.
is it inside a Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Good.
Also at the
All
arena
right.
too.
All right. So our next match: Sheamus versus Miz, and Mizdow.
Um, let's just forget the whole Sheamus versus Miz and let's just call it the Mizdow match.
Yeah,
Dude,
why
he
not?
was amazing. Like, he had the whole
He
building cheering for him.
he was the star. Everyone loves Mizdow, and I'm not taking anything away from Sheamus. Everyone loves Sheamus as well. Um, Plain and simple, no one likes the Miz. No one. He's horrible. He's cocky. He can't wrestle. He really can't. um,
When he's acting in the ring, he's doing a bad job.
who? Mizdow?
No, the Miz.
Mizdow does a bad acting job too, though. Like, it's funny, but if you watch him, you can, his reactions are late.
But,
Like,
well, it's gonna be like, cause he doesn't really know what the Miz is gonna do, so. But like,
well,
whenever the Miz is doing a promo or something, he's trying to act all sad or something, it's just bad.
yeah, and they should have all that choreographed. They should have it that part scripted, like when they're doing their
I mean, I'm
entrance.
pretty sure when he's doing a movie, he's good.
He's well, the
Oh!
Marine.
That
The
got weird.
Marine, no. Uh, the Christmas bounty, yes.
So, I just did the Seth Walker onto Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose landed on the steel steps.
The what?
Seth Walker, it's the move that Rollins doesn't really do. I mean, he does,
Oh
it's like
yeah,
once in a while. It's not the curb
yeah.
stomp, it's his other move. Alright, so,
You got
anyways,
this one.
during that whole match of Sheamus and The Miz, I was just watching Miz out the whole time. That's
And
all
I
I was doing.
actually, I've met him. I've met Mizdow, Damien Sandow. Better known. Not a lot of people are gonna know this. And sorry, Sandow, for throwing this out there. Real name, Eric. Uh,
I'm pretty sure you
real.
can look up on Wikipedia.
Well, yeah. But he's a real intellectual guy. Funny part is, I know what college he went to. I'm not gonna disclose that information though. Um, he only lives one town over from me. Uh, yeah. So pretty much.
I accidentally won the match that I'm playing, and I didn't mean to.
All right. So moving on,
Yeah,
you
what's the next
got
match?
Rusev versus Big Show.
Oh man, dude, this match. Oh. I do have
This
to say
match,
one thing. Big Show is a great athlete. For his
he is
size and shape.
for a big dude. He's fast. He's fat. Same with Rusev. They're both big dudes, and they're both agile. Like you look at Big Show, you're not gonna expect him to move around the ring the way that this guy does, and he just flies. He's a 700-pound Rey Mysterio. No, wait, 7 foot tall, 400-pound Rey Mysterio. Sorry.
I didn't know Big Show could do a 619. But when Mark
That would,
Henry came
that would be a
out,
fun.
I was just thinking inside my head and saying, Mark Henry, please do not turn on us. Please do not turn on. I thought he was going to
That's what
turn
I
on
was
us.
thinking. I was thinking that he was gonna blindside Big Show and completely nail him. Um, going back to Monday Night Raw, uh, what Rusev did, I know he was trying to get back at Big Show, but kicking a uniformed army serviceman, come on,
That
that's
is definitely. And how come Big Show pulls down the Russian flag and gets suspended for a week when Rusev kicks a U.S. military soldier and
and
gets away
nothing
with it?
happens.
Yes, a soldier hopped the barricade and went in the ring without
And
permission.
who tried to stop him? Was it Mercury that tried to stop him?
No, it was just random security guards.
No, it most of the security guards are former wrestlers though.
Yeah.
Like you got Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury working for Seth Rollins. That's funny. The cruiserweight division. They should bring that back, by the way. Um, so this rivalry, and can't really call it a rivalry yet. I think it's gonna go. It's gonna run on. They're gonna milk it again. Not really milk it, but they're gonna do some more stuff with this matchup.
So I guess oh yeah, if you didn't notice, Rusev won the match.
Oh
So,
yeah, and going back, the Cena Orton, Cena won it, and the Sheamus Miz, Sheamus won it. Um,
so I guess we go on to the next match. Nothing really much to talk about the whole Rusev Big Show.
no, there's not really much to talk about there.
I
I mean,
mean, besides them being great athletes and Lana in the background, Nothing really
But
to talk about.
be careful. Be careful when you say that, because Rusev may come and put you in the accolades. You never know.
I
Um,
could break out of that.
yeah, good luck. That shit would hurt. Um,
Didn't
no, but
Sabu do that move? Or the Iron Sheik, I mean.
the Iron Sheik used to call it
Camel clutch. I
the
don't know why I
camel
said
clutch,
Sabu.
and then you had Scott Steiner, the Steiner recliner. Um, and basically, Big Show, when he reversed it the first time, I was like, holy shit. When he reversed the accolade for he reversed it once and then he ended up getting locked into it.
The Miz's theme song is playing right now, and all I can hear inside my head is quiet on the set. Can we please get quiet on the set?
Oh my
Alright,
god.
so what's the next match?
Moving on. AJ versus Paige.
Two great diva wrestlers. That's
Two smoking hot diva wrestlers.
like I'm
Um,
seriously. Besides those two, I cannot really think of any other wrestlers that are divas that are actually good.
um, are we talking current or
Current,
past? Current.
current.
Okay. And are we only sticking in WWE or are we going to NXT?
I don't see. The thing is, I don't really watch NXT, so
If you're gonna go into NXT, you actually have a lot of good diva talent down there. You have
because I
Charlotte.
mean, like I would watch NXT, but maybe if it was like on a Thursday or Friday, actually, if it was like on a Friday and maybe they had SmackDown on Thursday, I would probably watch NXT. With it being a Tuesday, I don't
You
know.
have you have Charlotte, who is Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah.
All right. Not really much to talk about in this match. I mean, great matchup. AJ Lee was your winner. Um, Mainly because Alicia Fox doesn't know how to keep her nose out of other people's business.
Phillip Brooks is the world winner. If you
Huh?
know who Phillip Brooks is, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh, and but yeah, you basically not much to talk about here. Paige on the outside, I really don't know what she was setting AJ up for. I want to say suplex over the barricade into the crowd or the WWE universe, and really not sure.
Yeah.
But AJ reversed it, swiped her leg, and Paige
Face
hit the back.
planted on the ground.
Yeah, Paige hit the back of her head off the barricade and face planted on the ground. Um, then you got Alicia Fox interfering, um, picking up Paige,
Paige and throwing her back
bringing
in the
her,
ring.
and then you have AJ Lee locking in the Black Widow.
And then you have the tappity tappity tap tap tap. And 1, 2, 3. Well, not 1, 2, 3 because I just said tap.
Ding, ding,
Put her in
ding.
submission. It
Yeah,
was not a pinfall. It was a submission. My bad. Calm down,
yeah.
people.
Um, so yeah, and they'll they've milked this long enough. I really think they just need to end this little rivalry here. I think with what happened at the end of the match, I think the new rivalry will be Paige and Alicia Fox coming out of that one.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
It'll probably be those. It'll probably be Paige and Alicia Fox starting the feud, or they will just leave Alicia Fox out of it. And it's still AJ Lee and Paige leading up to WrestleMania. But if they do the Paige and Alicia Fox, it will just be #1 contender matches for the title.
all right.
So next match.
Here we are with our main event of the evening. We have Seth Rollins versus the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. Thoughts on this one?
Do you have that written down or something?
No, that's actually all off the top of the head. I do have the matchup order written down, but I just have their last names. I just kind of add in little tidbit, whatever you want to call them, tidbits, nitbits, whatever. I don't know. Um,
Okay, this is going off somewhere else.
somewhere we
But,
don't want to go.
dude, I would be scared to climb that cell.
I'd be scared to get up on top of that cell with Dean Ambrose. I wouldn't be afraid to climb it. I would be afraid to get up there with Dean
It's
Ambrose.
just Dean
Like,
Ambrose with a kendo stick.
yeah, no big deal.
It's not like he has a chainsaw.
Might as well be. I've been hit with the kendo stick. Those. Um, but yeah, I was really waiting for someone to get thrown off the top. I thought Ambrose was gonna, as Mercury was just about to reach the top, I thought he was gonna run at him, crack him in the head with the kendo stick, and make him
Dude,
fall backwards.
I don't know if it was Mercury and what was the other guy's name? Crap.
Mercury and Noble.
I don't remember who it was, but Dean Ambrose suplexed one of them on the top, and I thought that cage was gonna break.
It was Noble. He suplexed Noble.
I thought that cage was gonna break, and I was like, holy crap. Because, like, just standing on top of it, yeah, a little bit spit. Standing on top of it,
You can
it
see
already
the
starts
fence
to bend.
kinda. Yeah, you can see it bending, and I remember when the Hell in the Cell was like first constructed. There were two doors that were meant to fall. They were right in the middle, and they were meant to cave in.
Yeah.
It was when the whole Undertaker Mankind thing was going on.
Thing is that when that happened to Mankind, he had a punctured lung when that happened.
Oh, when he got choke slammed through the top of the cage.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you figure he got thrown off the top of the freaking cage and crashed through the announcer's table. Come on.
But,
Off track a little bit. This match was great. I'll probably go back after this, and I'll probably go and watch that pay-per-view another 3, 4, 5 times.
that
'Cause it
was
was
that was a
really,
good pay-per-view in a long time.
it
I was
really
at
was.
Night of Champions, and it had good matches. I really wish that
I,
Seth Rollins cashed in though.
I
But
went, I went, I went to Money in the Bank at the TD Garden. That was great.
but
Not real.
when when they both got thrown off the cell,
Yeah, and they were only halfway up.
yeah, I
And
if only like I can see them doing it to like Dean Ambrose throwing him from the top. Because wasn't he part of a wrestling organization that
uh,
done crazy stuff?
yeah, he was part of CZW, champion. What does it stand for? I'm not even 100% sure, so I'm not gonna try and say what it stands for. Um, yeah, and basically that one was basically ECW on steroids. Let's just put it at that. This Dean Ambrose, he didn't go by that in CZW, but he would get saw blades to his forehead. He would get the big fluorescent light bulbs cracked across his back.
Cause see,
Basically, yeah.
yeah, I mean, cause that's why I could see them like throwing him off from the top instead of like Seth Rollins. Cause usually
Yeah,
people that come from territories like that, WWE can.
they they use them as like, hey, we're gonna take you and we're gonna throw you off the top of this cage. And but the thing is, they're not in the Attitude Era. They're not in the anything era right now.
Yeah, it's
And it,
actually people call it PG era.
Yeah, PG era, or the what is Triple H calling it? The quote unquote I don't
I
know.
I know that in WWE 13, when they had like all of the different modes from like old school Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, for this era we're in right now, they call it a Universe era.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
But people mainly
But
call it PG.
this match was really great, and when they came off the cage through the announcers table, really, really, Ambrose, you really should not have fallen off of that cage. You're the one that delivered the headbutt. You had a better grip on the cage. Come on, man.
You could kind of see that he just kind of jumped off. But
Yeah, you.
I don't know if this was like just Seth Rollins, uh, but if this was true or if he was just making it up. But I have the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month, and so I use my headset. I use my PS3, and I have my headset on, and I could hear Seth Rollins saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." And something like that, he probably couldn't breathe, because I do know that if you even get punched in the lung hard enough, you can't breathe, and it takes like a couple
It,
seconds to
yeah, it
get
knocks
back.
the wind out of you.
Yeah, so
Um, basically, so they after that they call for the drivers. Both of them put on it, and they weren't strapped down. They really weren't, because you see a lot of the time they'll come out and they'll fully strap them in, so you knew something was gonna happen.
but
So
like Dean Ambrose, once when the medical officers were there, he when he was just laying on the table, he wanted to get up right then and there, and they were
good.
just like, no, 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 just stay straight.
And
We'll
then
be
you
all right.
got yeah. Then basically you got Rollins halfway up the ramp. You got Ambrose just getting to the bottom of the ramp, and here comes Ambrose breaking off of the gun and chasing after Rollins.
I'm surprised that like Triple H didn't come out and try to do something to break him away for once.
Yeah, and then basically a straight taking words from JR, a good old fashioned slobber knocker between these two after all this happened. All hell breaks loose inside the cage this time. um, basically steel steps, chairs, tables.
Almost a
Uh,
screwdriver.
yeah, almost a screwdriver. I was waiting for that. Where was he aiming for? Was he aiming for like his neck, his mouth, or his forehead?
I don't know if
Like
it was
I
his
couldn't tell.
forehead or his eye.
I couldn't tell from the camera angle. The camera angle is so poorly executed on that you really couldn't tell.
Because I don't know if it was for the eye or for the head.
Well, sometimes you'll see him go for the forehead, and they usually let that happen. But I don't know.
Seth Rollins was like, no, 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 not in my house.
Not today. Um, and then right, right as you think Ambrose is gonna win this thing with a curb stomp through the
everything,
cinder blocks,
everything goes
everything.
black. I thought something happened on my console. I was
I really
mad.
did. I really did until I started hearing that creepy, just absolutely
Dude, I
creepy
can imagine, like, after seeing a
chant.
scary movie and then watching that at like 12 o'clock at night, just me all alone and then hearing that, I would be freaked out. I would just be like,
Dude,
please be something part of the thing going on.
yeah, like I'm just sitting there and I'm almost asleep, and all of a sudden I hear, just this creepy, ominous chant, and I'm like, okay,
I wish
what
I
the
knew
hell?
what it meant.
Yeah, it's Latin, I think. We're gonna have to get someone else to work that out. Where the hell's who's the one that knows how to speak Latin? Is it? I think it's useless. I don't know.
But when that happened, I was just like, so who's coming out? It can't possibly be Undertaker.
No,
It's definitely
and
not
then
gonna
you
be Mankind. So then I was like,
no,
because I actually was thinking this, I was like, who could this possibly be? I mean, like in the back of my head, it was Bray Wyatt, but then I was like, why would Bray Wyatt come out? So I was just really confused because I knew that also earlier Kane came out
did
and
make a reference to Bray Wyatt.
well, I didn't hear that, but I know that Kane came out with a fire extinguisher and
Where the
extinguished.
hell did he come from? Seriously,
No one knows, but where he was where the
timekeeper
yeah,
is
yeah.
okay. Um, and then basically you get this lantern in the middle of the ring. That gives it away. All right, now it's Bray Wyatt. We know it. Come on, it's a lantern. Who else uses a lantern in the WWE?
They actually done a good job on the holographic thing.
That was really good. Who was that? Who was the holographic of? Was it supposed to be of like a druid?
I
Like,
I couldn't really understand what it was.
kind of like what the Undertaker uses at WrestleMania, the black cloaked druids? Or, I don't know what that was. But then, one thing I wish they would have done, and please agree with me on this, the camera angle, yet again, I wish they would have focused it just on the smoke and Dean Ambrose. So you didn't see Bray Wyatt climb into the ring. And then just have Wyatt come bursting through the smoke, blindsiding him. Like, come
I
on, guys.
was expecting somebody like Dean Ambrose being dragged into the ring, and then once when he's in there, a big giant, uh, you know how like
Explosion.
Kane would drag people underneath the ring, like through the
Yep.
mat, and then a couple seconds afterwards, a big giant, massive
Ball of
fire.
fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was kind of expecting that to happen to either Dean Ambrose. Well, obviously Dean Ambrose, because that's when everything cut out. But yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was planned, and I don't know if he's going to become part of the Authority or not, because the Wyatt family, I don't know if you've been watching Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, but they've been kind of leading up to them letting Harper
I
and
do
Rowan
watch
go.
Raw, but ever since SmackDown kind of joined with Raw, yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like
but they,
I feel like if they should at least make SmackDown for those people like Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, who's some other people? Titus O'Neil, Heath Slater, people like them. They should make SmackDown for people like that. Have Raw with Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose.
get it right, get it right. It's the Beast incarnate.
The oh wait, I was about to
Brock.
do Paul Heyman. The one
No,
behind the one and 21 and one. The
Brock.
Beast incarnate. Brock Lesnar.
That probably is gonna sound really shitty. um,
Probably.
but anyways, yeah, like I can see where you're going with that. Oh my God, leave me alone, people. But yeah,
Do
so
you know what I hate? When you put your
what?
phone down and then you instantly get a notification.
Why you just heard my phone go off? Yeah, that's my sister texting me. Hate it.
Like it always happens to me. I'll put my phone down and then I get a notification. I'm just like, really? But
Mm. That's the last match, really.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
wanted to see the backstage fallout, but they had it like, because they show the pay-per-view twice on the network. Once when it's
yeah,
done, and then they show it again for people who may be late or whatever. And then they had the backstage fallout, and I was just like, really? So it wouldn't be until like 1:45 my time until I saw backstage fallout. So I haven't been
yeah,
able to see that
yeah. I didn't even watch the backstage fallout.
because I really wanted to.
I figured we probably should have watched it to try and get a better sense of the storylines.
But yeah, that was pretty much the only thing I was disappointed in was the backstage fallout being so late. And is there anything else to add to the pay-per-view? I mean, is there anything like you think that the storyline will lead to for SummerSlam for Survivor
Survivor
Series?
Series. Hey,
Yes.
they're both double S's. I mean, come on. Um, Survivor Series. Not really. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna pit Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose on one team because they do the Survivor Series elimination tag match or whatever. They're gonna do Ambrose. This is we'll just do it this way: Team A, Team B. We got Team A. We're gonna get Ambrose, Cena. Um, how many are there? There's 6 to a team.
What are you
Five.
talking about?
The Survivor Series thing. The elimination tag.
Uh,
I don't know. But
I don't
anyways,
know.
they're
The only
gonna
thing I do know is let's make it a tag team match, player.
holla holla holla. Um,
Holla, holla, holla.
yeah, really. But yeah. So that's pretty much it for this episode.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
just playing as Brock Lesnar, beating up John
go-
Cena. And here, oh crap, he's getting in a grapple right here. But
this is Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, what?
Ground War. No, no. Anyways,
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah. Feedback on what you guys thought. Negative, positive, dislike, like. Um,
Share it. Share it to people.
share it, subscribe to it, do whatever. Pretty much, yeah. And join back on November 2020. No, join back November 22nd. We'll be doing
And here's
different.
Brock Lesnar lifting up John Cena. He's gonna hit him with the F5, 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 F5 to John Cena. Brock Lesnar's gonna pin John Cena. Here he is pinning John Cena. 1, 2, 3, and he wins that Survivor Series. That is my prediction. What's your prediction?
So, I think John Cena's gonna win it. Brock Lesnar's gonna leave for another 2.5 years.
Yeah, by the way, that's not my real prediction. I'm just saying that because that's what happened in the game.
But anyways, yeah, join back November 22nd. We'll have a new segment where we will tell you guys our predictions. The only reason we really couldn't do it this time is because we decided to do this. And yeah, but anyways, November 22nd we'll give you our predictions for Survivor Series because all the matches will be set. And then November 24th, join back and we'll tell you what we thought of the pay-per-view.
And just subscribe to the channel to stick around because there may be a time where I just end up talking with myself or I can have Dominator here and there may be an episode of Raw or SmackDown that's a really good, like maybe it's just some type of special event. Like a couple weeks ago or last month was Raw season
NXT.
premiere.
Oh yeah, and then you also have the NXT
Arrival. And what's the other one?
Ri- NXT Arrival and NXT Fallout.
I believe so.
But anyways, yeah, and there'll be random things, and if you want to follow on Twitter to stay up to date on it, you got my Twitter at the Dominator 619, and you whatever Jay's is, not 100% sure on his. I think his is the same as his YouTube.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Basically, post our stuff on Twitter, basically to let followers know.
Cause mine, I have two different accounts because one is hacked. So,
Give them your non-hack one.
it's _7. But the thing is,
Yeah.
I don't really use social media that much, so.
Alright, so basically, never mind then. Forget about him. Um, Follow the Dominator 619 on Twitter, and he'll let me know updates, and
Do
I'll
you
look.
have a YouTube?
I actually don't.
Make one.
I will. I will.
So that way you
And
put
then,
your YouTube in here, and you can also subscribe to me, and subscribe to the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month.